So yesterday, Michael Chandler responded to Tony Ferguson, uh, which I didn't pay much attention to the social media at the time, but it was news to me that Tony asked for the fight with Michael Chandler, or asked to fight, or he wanted to fight Michael Chandler on 256. Yeah, 256 on December 12th, since it's got no main event, no co-main event right as of right now. And Chandler yesterday, well, I saw this in the news yesterday that he declined that. He said he'd much prefer to be the co-main on the Connor Dustin fight, Dustin card on January 23rd. Um, and there was a little bit of back and forth. Well, it was mainly what I've seen is what Chandler has said. That that because Tony was offered the fight with Chandler as a co-main for 254. I knew about that. Uh, Tony declined that. He and his reason for that is he wanted to renegotiate his contract. And, from what I've heard that he has made in the past, I don't blame him. Um, and yeah, Chandler said, that was your shot to fight me. Then I was ready. He said he'd been essentially in a 9-month training camp all this year up until that point. And so, yeah, Chandler wants to be the co-main event of the Mcgregor Poirier card, and I have some thoughts on that. One is say if Chandler wins, it's an easy call out to either Connor or Habib, and and also you got to factor in that Chandler was an alternate for the Habib Gaethje fight. If either one of them dropped out, that he would be in that fight. So makes you wonder. I'm sure some hardcores are like, dude, you need any fight you can get right now. You haven't even debuted. I mean, you haven't even made your debut in UFC. You need any fight you can get. Get in line. And I get it, but you got a guy. He's been active on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And his name has been kept in people's mouths. Michael Chandler's name has been kept in people's mouths because he's been talking. For example, the 4 or 5 man tournament, however many it was, that was a cool idea. The fact that he accepted to be a potential alternate, he's basically made the moves. Michael Chandler's made the moves to be in the position that he's in right now. Like, in terms of fight game, he's made the moves to be able to compete with the 5 best lightweights in the world, the 4 or 5 best lightweights in the world. He's made the moves for that. Especially because they wanted to give him the Tony fight. It's like, if he wasn't, I'm sure if Michael Chandler wasn't at all talking like he was, he would have already fought by now, and he would have fought, someone in the top 10 of lightweight at, at the most, someone within the top 10, but nobody in the top 5. He would have already had a fight for the UFC if he wasn't making the noise that he is. The reason why he is he's setting up, I think he's setting up to retire soon because he's been fighting for a long time. And, he definitely wants to be champion. He either wants to be champion or he wants to be set for life. Him and his family set for life. That's what he's looking for right now. That's what I think anyway, why he's been so active on Twitter and why he wants this fight to be the co-main event of that card. Either that or he wanted either the co-main event spot at 254 or to fight or to fight in the main event if one of those guys pulled out, which didn't happen. Neither one didn't happen. But it just, I know one thing he can. I don't know how pay-per-view works. The pay-per-view points work. As far as like, even if you're on a McGregor card, I'm sure co-main gets some pay-per-view points. But also, if let's say if him and Tony fought on that card and he won that fight, that's an if. It makes him look pretty. It definitely makes him look good, and it makes him that much more likely to get a fight with Conor or a fight, with Khabib, or which I also. That's just a speculation thing. I'm not saying that he's gonna, if he fought Tony and he won against Tony, that he would get a fight with Khabib. That's not what I'm saying. It would make that scenario potentially more likely. Really, I think if Khabib's not retired yet, I think then the fight for him is either going to be GSP if they can make that happen, or my guy Jesse on Fire saying he really believes that the next fight for Khabib's going to be Conor. At least that's what Dana's trying to make, and I would say that's probably right, especially if the GSP thing doesn't come to fruition. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the Michael Chandler situation. I thought it was interesting. I've been thinking about it all day, and now I made it. Let me know what you think about that situation, or the whole situation at lightweight in the comments below. And if you like the video, hit that like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I guess I'm gonna do prediction. If I'm not mistaken, 255 is this Saturday. If not, I'm about to find out when, and I'm gonna do predictions on that. So until next time, we'll see you.